Welcome to the third installment of How to Save America. Now, the first question we really need to ask ourselves is, can it be done? And to give you the brutally honest truth, I don't know. John Adams would have been pessimistic about our chances. He said, writing to his wife, "Our consolation must be this, my dear, that cities may be rebuilt, and that people reduced to poverty may acquire fresh property. But a constitution of government, once changed from freedom, can never be restored. Liberty once lost is lost forever. When the people once surrender their share in the legislature and their right of defending the limitations upon government and of resisting every encroachment upon them, they can never again regain it. Only history as we make it will prove whether those words are accurate or not. However, I do know a few things that generate a glimmer of hope. Number one, we have a solid foundation. We have an inspired Constitution based upon the eternal principles found in the Declaration of Independence. We have you and I, the American people, heirs to a history of liberty, innovation, and self-reliance. And though there is a minority who really understand and are committed to true liberty, most Americans distrust and perhaps loathe our government and really want it to just leave them alone. 3, true liberty is a moral imperative. All human beings are created as equal free agents, not serfs or slaves, and we have a right to live that way.
The exercise of our God-given rights should not, indeed it cannot, depend on the goodwill of the powerful or the erudition and courage of our fellow man. Just because the vast majority choose to live in meek, subservient ignorance is no reason for you or I to suffer the indignity of slavery. This is why the founders stated in the Declaration of Independence that not only was it our right, but it was our duty to throw off a government destructive to individual rights. To live as free beings is to live according to our nature. To live as a slave to another is to deny our nature and live in fear. You see, that's the objective of the powerful. If the slaves feel helpless, hopeless, and powerless, if we believe that nothing we do will change things, assuming and maintaining power is easy. Keep people fearful on one hand and dependent on another, and the sheeple are easy to herd and use for the benefit of the masters. The system as it exists, the collusion of the two parties within government, along with the moneyed interest to keep them there, is for their benefit, not yours, not mine. So this is where it starts. Stop consenting to your servitude by supporting your masters. This will probably be the easiest and least risky step you can take. The two parties, the Democrats and Republicans, share power and have rigged the system to shut out any real competition, and they have done so with our passive or active consent. They have convinced us that the only viable and legitimate participants in the political process must come from within the two-party system. This is a lie. Now the scam has reached its obvious conclusion. In a closed system based on conning the American people to steal their wealth and liberty, the two parties have put before us a criminal, the poster child for government corruption, and a con man, a rich playboy thug, for the highest office in the land. There is no longer even the choice of the lesser of two evils. There's just evil. So stop. Stop giving them your vote. Stop giving them your money. Stop giving them your time. They rely on all three. The powerful will still give money for influence, but without volunteers and without votes, they cannot succeed. It is time we stopped settling for the choices foisted upon us by a fixed and corrupt system and found true servants and statesmen who will protect our rights instead of exploiting us. Now I know that most of you probably vote Republican, even as you hold your noses. And if you stop giving them your reluctant support, we will put a criminal enterprise in charge of the country. So what? If Donald Trump becomes president, will you be more free? Will your liberty be restored? Will there be one less bureaucrat to harass us or steal our property? No. We have to stop thinking that our liberty depends on who gets elected and who sits on the Supreme Court or who controls Congress. The two parties have controlled it for far too long, and neither has taken any positive steps on our behalf. So stop licking the hand that bites you. Until next time, May God be with us, and may we always act with honor and justice.